My name is Kerry, and I am chronically awkward. I come from a long line of awkward ladies. I have a long history of awkward moments and bringing shame upon my family. But when I turned 40, I decided to stop battling the awkward, and I was gonna just let my freak flag fly loud and proud. You never know where these moments are gonna happen to you. For me, it happened at our old YMCA. My husband and I had taken our 4 monkeys to play basketball and to enjoy a family swim night, which, let me tell you, family swim night, that is code for public family squabbling. Do not be fooled by Amy Armstrong. So, as we got to the door, my husband said some beautiful words to me. He said, "Why don't I take them home and you stay behind and have some alone time?" Ah. And so, boom, I sprinted to the locker room. But in my sprint, I forgot to get the gym bag from him. Oops. That gym bag had my granny suit and matching skirt that I swore I would never own. But nevertheless, it was in a swagger wagon on its way home. So I stood there having this mental argument with myself. I really wanted that alone time, but I really did not want to join the Naked Locker Room Ladies Club. You know who those ladies are. They stand around in the locker room and they chit-chat, wearing only a smile. And they do their pre-workout stretches. Amy, good to see you. How are the kids? Mrs. Stevens, how are you? Wow. No, I did not want to join that club. But I threw caution to the wind and my clothes, and I got in that hot tub. And it was so relaxing. It was awesome for 39 seconds. Creak. Into the locker room came Mrs. Stepford, perfectly coiffed and in her very appropriate tankini. So being the ninja I am, I quickly positioned myself so that she would be shielded from my full frontal. But my plan backfired because then she was unsuspecting when she climbed into the hot tub. And I saw the horror register on her face. So we both stared at the walls for answer. She lasted about 9 seconds and she bolted. But she did not warn Miss 19-year-old hard body swimmer trainer type that was coming in. So unsuspecting, in came Miss Hardbody. She did not have the courtesy that Mrs. Stepford had had. Youth, kids today. Her eyes locked right on my 36 longs. And I didn't know, like, what do? You just sit there and like, yeah, that's right. Or what would I even say if I said anything, you know? I mean, I could go all sort of aggressive and gangsta. You want a piece of this? But I thought that might creep her out. That's wrong. And then I thought I could just go sort of bitter and sad. You know, this is gonna happen to your body one day too. You're looking into a mirror, sweetheart, it's coming. But I didn't have to make a decision, thankfully, because, well, thankfully, I heard it again. Creak! Are you kidding me, YMCA? Really? Are you on the intercom out there? Ladies and gentlemen, we have our very own naked soccer mom in the hot tub tonight. You kidding? So I turned to look, and it is a woman, the very vision of modesty, wearing a burqa. It was awful. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So I should have just sat there. I know that now. I should have just waited them out. But being the queen of impulsivity and awkward moments, I freaked my freak. And as I was bolting, leaping over Miss Hardbody, and you know what? She threw her hands up in a protective movement. And I still don't know. Was she trying to shield her eyes? Look away! Look away! My eyes! My eyes! Or was she fearing that she was about to get smacked with my loose boob? I don't know. But I didn't wait around. So I had a college flashback and, got my clothes back on and did the walk of shame right out of the door. It was awful. For days, this story, every time I thought of it, I wanted to throw up. There are a lot of these moments in my life, and I decided this is it. I'm not going to let this embarrassing story fester. I'm going to tell my sisters and my girlfriends. I vowed to let my freak flag fly from here on out. So I told my sisters and my girlfriends, and they were so supportive, and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed. Thank you for that. And there's great relief in the telling of our stories to each other. So here's the takeaway. Find your peeps, your posse, your tribe, whatever. Find those women that make you laugh. My friends and I formed a neighborhood mom office, and we call it the Moffice. Many of you have been there. We show up every day with our laptops and our to-do lists. Some days we work in silence, barring Yas's tooting. And some days we dance to 80s music, and some days we prank the people who had the nerve to not show up that day. But every day we laugh. And last year, I made a bold statement in that Moffice to my Moffice mates. I was working on a big project and I said, if that thing happens, I am gonna run naked down Healy Street. And yeah, that's right, of course that thing had happened. And my Moffice mates held me to my word. They are so kind that way, but I'm gonna fly my freak flag. So on a cold January morning, with snow on the ground, my friends lined Healy Street with their swagger wagons, and I dropped my parka, and I took the coldest 20-yard dash of my life. Thank you for that vow. I'm so sorry. It's bad enough if you saw it in person, but to see it that big, and I am so sorry. And as it was happening, I knew that this was a story I would tell my girls someday far, far away from now. But I would tell my girls, find those women that will take your picture while you're naked on Healy Street. But find those women who will hold you to your word. Find those women who will remind you that you wanted to write that book or run that marathon or stand on that stage. Find those women who will fly their freak flag right next to yours. Loud and proud, ladies.